beings. I've seen all kinds of things, you know. I mean, even like animalistic like entities that like a wolf spirit or something like that that's kind of harming people, you know. I've seen little like pygmies and like little imps, you know. I've seen huge like monsters that like could be like red or like purple and they have like ugly faces and many eyes and big teeth and stuff like that. Um, I've seen all kinds of things. And then at one point it was a lot of like reptilians and alpha draconians kind of fighting those kinds of beings.
When you say you see them, do they look like a ghost, like some kind of transparent image, or do they look
Oh,
fully
hello.
physical,
Okay.
like in a dream or something?
So I mean, some could look more ghostly, I guess. Like shadow beings might not always look super duper dense, but a lot of them look like physical, like me and you.
Wow. So, what kind of ETs have you contacted? You said draconians and reptilians. Anything else?
Yeah, I've talked to Arcturians heavy. All the basic like Arcturians, Lyrans, Pleiadians, Syrians, even some that people don't talk about. Like there's these bands called Zazmari. They live in the star that's called Zazma in Leo constellation. Talk to them. I've talked to Chronetians. They live in the constellation Horologium. One of the stars inside there. They're super smart and insane. It's funny because actually I contacted them out of body, and then one day I went on Pinterest and I saw beings that looked pretty similar to them. I'm like, yo, this is kind of what they look like. Not exact, of course, but it looked very similar. The Zazmari, they're like all red skinned. They have like dreadlocks. They look alien like. I've talked to all kinds of ETs. Some ETs I've seen, but I have like no name for them. I didn't really like get their culture. I just kind of saw them out of body. They taught me something real quick and it kind of just dipped. I've seen Andromedans, a lot of from the galaxy Andromeda. So it was like several different kinds of Andromedans. I've seen beings that look like Pokemon. Like there's one being that's like, and it's like an Andromedan Syrian like being. Like it's been inside both those places, and it looked like the Pokemon Vaporeon. Yeah, but it still is like way taller though, and it taught me a lot about like frequency and stuff like that. Yeah, I've seen all kinds of aliens and ETs and all kinds of other beings too that go beyond ETs.
What are they doing out there?
It really just depends on the being, I guess. Like, Lyrans are known for being warriors and guardians. They're also like a lot of them are like teachers for humans too. A lot of these ETs are really just watching humanity and trying to help them evolve while also kind of just doing things on their own planet. Like in Andromeda Galaxy, like a lot of the ones I encountered are very like monk based. Not the Pokemon looking ones, but like the like some are like bald with blue head or some like blue skinned beings with bald heads. They're kind of like monks. They kind of just like follow their monk like ways. They kind of do advanced versions of what like a Tibetan monk would do, for example. Pleiadians, they're going all across the galaxy just helping out other beings by spreading their light, trying to teach them and all kinds of things of that nature. The Zazmari, they deal a lot with like accessing like your inner power. Like inside of their galactic history, they were like very like skinny and like not muscular, so they couldn't like physically fight, but they learned to access like I'll just say like their own inner chi and like actually fight with their chi. Like they could do this, but like it's mad energy blasting at you, then like it kind of sends your body like 10 feet flying. So yeah, they kind of have like different temples where they kind of teach about how to access this inner power. Because even a human could do the same exact thing. Like people hear about these monks doing crazy stuff. Yeah, we could do all that. We could do humans could do so many things, man. It's ridiculous. So the Chronetians, they deal a lot with like monitoring like time and space and manipulating it. Like they actually showed me, I didn't fully understand it when they showed me this, but they actually showed me like this wheel. And I think the whale was linked to like the constellations. Now, when you're outside of like the universe and what people call the Earth construct, stars are actually stable. But inside of this, we have the illusion of like planets and stars moving and stuff like that. And the Chronetians have learned to like monitor the different changes and the different patterns of stars and constellations and things moving like that. And they could essentially like I guess predict what certain events are going to happen. Kind of like how people do astrology, but like on like a way more advanced scale. Because now they also see like how in one place time might speed up or slow down, and how to influence that, and how to draw upon certain energies for this purpose. They showed me a lot that I didn't fully understand, but I got the basic gist of what they were trying to show me. I got to low key go to them again and try to see what they were talking about. But sometimes I try to go back to what I learned, and it's like just move on to focus on something new, and it comes back later. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I've seen all kinds of beings doing all kinds of stuff.
So, do you think that the ETs only exist in this kind of astral form, or do they exist in both astral and physical?
Oh, they had physical forms for sure. Um, Yeah, they exist physically with inside physical bodies, but they also can exist inside like the astral plane and stuff, and you can encounter them like that. And sometimes this is something I'm still trying to understand because sometimes when you're in the astral plane, you're actually encountering like their physical self. It's just that their physical self is trained to see into the astral also. So there's that kind of vibe with some beings also. It really just depends on the species, but they pretty much all exist in a physical form like us.
What places have you visited while out there?
I've been to different planets. I say quote unquote because planets are like only a thing inside this universe. When you go outside of it, you see that how planets are not what we think. They're more like holographic projections that come from stars in the light of the star. But I've been to different planets. I've been to different like galaxies. Been to a place called the Celestial Realm. I love that place a lot. All different kinds of celestials, different teachings for celestials. I've been to this place that I call the Omniversal Hall of Records. It's like very pink with like these white floating buildings. It's like a big library spot for the history of like all the Omniverse. The Omniverse pretty much being what we exist inside of. It's called the Omniverse because Omniverse means all verses, all patterns of vibration, and there's different. So the universe is just one arc verse, a great